and it's very nice. I thank Sister Julie for the invitation. And as I say, whenever I'm invited to some place, if the Chief gives me permission, I always come. And as long as Chief is a very open-minded master that always helps people to spread the Dhamma, it has been very easy for me to give Dhamma talks in many places. And I'm very thankful to Chief Saranakara for his kindness, always allowing me to be in different places, trusting me as a Western monk to spread the Dhamma, to share my short knowledge about Buddhism with people here in Malaysia. As you know, I never say any topic about what I'm going to talk about. And I think I have explained the reasons why I do that, or I don't do that, better saying. And anyway, if you have any question you would like to discuss, you would like me to try to explain to you, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we can start talking about any subject I choose right now. Okay, so do you happen to have any question, any doubt, anything you would like me to talk about, to try to explain to you? Any of you, whatever you would like to talk about, or whatever you would like to ask a monk about. If it's not about football, coffee, or why did I become a monk, any question is welcome. Yes.
For comatose patient, how the relative react to that patient?
To develop patience.
To the comatose patient is vegetative.
Meditative.
Vegetative, comatose.
Okay. Well, first of all, patience is one of the virtues we should develop anytime, not only through meditation, but through observation as well. Okay? Meditation, nowadays people emphasize very much meditation, more and more, not only here in Asia, but mainly in the West. And most people forget that meditation is just a small part of practice. Meditation is not to be all the time, because not all the time we have enough time to sit down in our daily life for formal meditation. That's what I call formal meditation. Formal meditation is practicing vipassana or anapanasati, is when you are lucky to have time to sit down in a daily method, and then you have some time to practice formal meditation. But not always it is possible. In a busy life, mostly people have, not always it's possible to find some time to sit down and practice formal meditation. So we have to find ways to practice the virtues, to practice the way in our daily life. And patience is something that, of course, you acquire patience from meditation as well, like any other virtue can be attained from meditation, from formal meditation. But whenever you are mindful, you should develop the virtues. You should practice meritorious deeds. You should be mindful all the time. And patience comes from understanding the other the same way you'd like to be understood. So for example, if you're reading the newspaper and a little child comes to you, daddy or uncle or whatever, comes to you and wants your attention, you must be patient. Okay? You must be patient not only based on meditation, because you are not meditating, you are just reading the newspaper. And that's important to you, but you have to understand that what the child wants from you is important for the child. So you have to see yourself in the child's mind. The same way you don't want to be disturbed because you are doing something important to you, the child also wants something important. And once you are much more mature than the child, you have to use patience. At work, the same, or with old people. Especially old people, it's very hard to be patient with old people. Because the child is cute, the child usually is just playing and smiling, and you feel like holding the child. But when you deal with old people, that they repeat 1,000 times the same thing, it's hard to be patient, isn't it? Because it's repeating something that you have explained, but then again, you have to put yourself into the old people's mind. A weak mind, a mind that is not the same anymore. And that person has so much knowledge, and we can learn so much from old people. That person has pride of a lifetime. And we have to understand that. I take my own example. My grandmother in Brazil, she passed away when she was 102. And she used to repeat the same old stories 1,000 times a day. And not always my mother was patient with her. And me, even as a Buddhist, not always I was patient with her either. Because sometimes I feel like, Grandma, stop it. Just shut up for a couple of minutes. But then the person gets hurt. The person just don't understand that she has repeated that for 1,000 times. In his or her mind, it's the first time she's saying that, isn't it? It's not intentional. But it is hard to have patience sometimes. It's hard to be patient, to be together with people we don't like to be together. But many times we have to, especially at work, especially when you don't like your boss. So it's hard to be together with people you don't like. And the Buddha made it very clear to all of us when he explained about dukkha. It was exactly one of the examples he said. To be far from people we don't like is dukkha. To be close to people we don't like, far from people we like, sorry, it's difficult. And near people we don't like, it's also dukkha. So that's a typical example that Buddha himself mentioned. We have to be patient. So in many circumstances we have to develop patience as a great virtue. Because it's very basic. You can either use compassion to develop patience or patience to develop compassion. They come together. The more compassionate you are, the easier it is to be patient. And the more you develop patience, the closer you are to compassion as well. Because you understand more easily that people also have the same needs, the same anxieties, the same expectations you do. So it's very important to put yourself into someone else's mind. If you don't want to be disturbed, you have to understand that for the person that is disturbing you, it is important to have some attention. Sometimes you think, oh, that person is so stupid. But someone may think the same about you. So putting yourself into someone else's mind is very, very important. And that's a key to open the doors of patience in your mind. This is very important. If you have the chance to develop patience